Today's episode is brought to you with the help of our sponsor.
Dog butter is healthy peanut butter for your dog with minimal ingredients and no additives. None of the harmful ingredients that could be found in human peanut butter. We have supplements inside some of our formulas, such as a joint formula, probiotics, pumpkin for digestion. Every purchase supports rescue dogs. We donate a portion of our sales every month to different dog rescues across the country. Dog butter by Paw Power Nutrition.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Pitbulls, Parolees, and a Producer, your definitive Pitbulls and Parolees podcast. My name is Billy Cooper. I am the executive producer and showrunner. I am joined, as always, by owner, operator, Villalobos Rescue Center, and longtime reluctant participant, Tia Torres. And we are joined by similarly reluctant participant.
She is never reluctant.
She's
Miss Jolly on the spot.
No, but when we were, during this time of the show, during season 3.
Oh, okay.
She was like, screw you and your goddamn show. I don't want to do this crap.
At least
Go
she
away.
knew we had a show. The twins didn't even know we had a show.
There's that. Yes. So we are in the midst of season 3, as I like to call this, the road trip to Louisiana. That it's like we keep stopping for pee breaks. Like, you want us to get there, we're not there yet. So we're almost there. So we are today talking about episode 9 of season 3. After this one, we have 3 more to go. This is your spoiler warning. If you have not seen this show, this episode, go on to discoveryplus.com, check it out. Watch it, come back. You've been warned. Thanks so much. And big shout out to our sponsor, still hanging tight with us, Paw Power Nutrition. They are the peanut butter for dogs with no xylitol, with the 4 flavors: original, blue biotic, pumpkin puppers, and berry flexible. I know. I'm trying.
I don't even know how you say that.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then
That's a good pun. That's a good pun. Pretty much.
It was around this time, actually, I think, that I started to encounter the migraine. I think when we were making the show, like,
Yeah.
Stress does that.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I got today.
Yeah.
The Tylenol PM has not hit me yet.
Okay.
So we better hurry up.
This
Cruising.
time of the year
Okay.
also does it.
For all orders on pawpowernutrition.com, and that's my New Yorker came out, Paw Power, pawpowernutrition.com. You $10 for 10% off on your ship on all orders. Use the code VRC10 at checkout. Okay. So this episode, the title of the episode was Cut Loose. The show originally aired on January 21st of 2012. So
I hate you for that.
well, I mean, that's when it aired. When we made it, that's a whole other.
Even before, before that.
So I know the answer to this question. I'm going to just lay it out because this sort of plays into how much show prep you did, which I know, you did none. Mariah, I gave you the episode we were talking about today. Did you watch them?
Of course I did.
Big liar.
I completely just lied.
So
No,
I
I
can do the short episode description, but it really doesn't give you the sort of gist of the show. Or I could do the long episode description and fumble through it and laugh at me and whatever. So your mom's reading an email, so I'm going to read the long one.
No, I'm texting the landlord.
Oh, about the air conditioner.
Tell him that the AC is not working.
Okay.
The thing is this, if I send it now, he'll probably walk in the door.
Oh, well, that'd be fun. No.
No,
Let's.
not.
Okay.
So I'm gonna prepare it.
Oh.
You can send it when you.
Well, then, as you're preparing, I will read the long description so Mariah can. This is your show prep.
Oh my God,
Okay.
it's so hot in here. Okay.
A call from Villalobos Past. Attorney Dean Starks gives Tia some unexpected good news. Otis, a pit bull under her care that's been under court order. Okay, there are 15 commas in this sentence. I'm really mortified. Has been freed and is now eligible for adoption, comma, setting Tia off to one of Villalobos' most notorious dogs, getting Tia, whatever. Then an email from a close friend sends Tia, Mariah, and the twins, Louise, and the Parolees into the Mojave Desert for an all-hands on-deck race to save a mama dog and her puppies. And after his young nephew winds up on the wrong side of the law, Mondo turns to Tia and Villalobos to give a 13-year-old a chance at redemption.
So now we don't need to watch it because you just told the whole story.
Well, that's why I read it long, because you haven't watched it in God knows how long, and Mariah didn't do her show prep like she was supposed to. So now we can talk about it like we've all,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Tylenol PM will hit me before then.
Okay. I think the big sort of story in this particular episode was the all hands rescue where we went into the Mojave Desert with your Ben lifted Jeep,
We had
your
the dirt
motorcycles,
bikes. Yeah.
the dirt bikes, the mules.
Okay. The twins are avid motorcycle riders. Mariah, pretty good on a motorcycle herself. So I'm gonna be counting on them to cover probably most of the terrain. We'll put the parolees in one of the little four-wheeler mules and send them in a different direction.
All the parolees going after these mama dog and puppies that was actually called in. I was surprised when I went by Christy, of all people. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. This is the actual needle in a haystack, like a mama dog, puppies, Mojave Desert.
Well, I think people, if they stop what they're doing right now and go to Google Maps and just Google map Mojave Desert, and you see the enormity of it.
Here, our editors. Here, you know what? Will be even easier. Our editor is going to insert a shot of the Mojave Desert right now.
Insert a shot of the Mojave Desert.
And so you'll see what a vast,
hot.
crazy.
It's death.
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. Was it one of those things where you're like, okay, we're going to try this because this was one of those, like, this is a very TV friendly rescue. I mean, obviously the dogs needed help, but I remember when I heard that you were taking the bikes, the mules, the Jeeps, the everything, and everybody was going. I mean, this is the kind of rescue as a producer, we're like, these are amazing. This is amazing. This is like everything we dream of,
No, I don't care.
I know
what
you
happens
don't.
with the TV show.
Yeah.
I just, for us, it's like, that there is zero chance that any of these dogs are going to survive out there. Zero chance.
Right.
And one person going isn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing, obviously, that was sort of, when you're watching it back, the fact that Christy verified, because you get a lot of these emails over the years of just like, hey, I saw a dog running down the street in the middle of wherever, but it's not, and it's 3 days ago. But the fact that Christy, who you know and you trust.
Yeah, she's a personal friend, and she helps me now with my emails and phone calls. So she's someone I've known for like 30 some years.
And she sort of followed the dog for a time and left out food. And that was the thing. So you get there, and you ride around for a little bit, and somebody hears, I think it was Louise or Mariah, you heard the little yelping for the puppy, they're not far from where you guys were, where the food was. The puppies were there.
Oh my God, oh my God,
Oh, your heart. She's scared.
Don't be scared.
And those became two of the most legendary names in the history of the show, Pancake and French Fry.
That was Louise. Those ones I was fine with. That was cute. There's just been some ridiculous names.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on her names.
Yeah.
Louise, known for giving some of the most, some of them were okay, and some of them were like,
Pancake and French fries.
oh yeah,
cute.
like I remember giving her a lot of crap for naming a dog Spatula.
I know.
I'm
No,
like,
there
you
was wasn't there a whole
wasn't
kitchen?
Pancake, because she went through a whole phase where she would do, I mean, you guys did this too.
We
You
did
always had
for
themes.
litters. We had
But I mean,
Italian dogs.
yeah, naming dogs after like the Sopranos, that's cool.
Right.
Naming dogs after like kitchen utensils. Now, to be fair,
Yeah. Yeah.
Spatula got a home because the name attracted a chef. And that's who adopted Spatula. So, all right, I stand corrected, but still, there was some pretty.
Was there a dog she named Eyeball?
Yes.
I think.
What was the story there?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Who knows?
I
It's
think
Louise.
those were
She's
all body
British.
parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think one of my biggest shockers when it came to names was they came in as puppies like 10 years ago, and she named this one litter all presidential names.
Oh no, that was. Oh no. Are you talking about Bill and Hillary? And,
Yeah. So, but here's the thing.
I think that was her and Marcel, and I took care of those dogs.
Well, the point is, at the time, it was not a big deal. 10 years later,
Yeah.
last year, to be accurate,
Yes.
I'm going through the website trying to update stuff, and I see that we still have Obama, Hillary, and I forgot what the other was. Point is,
Yeah.
it was, a couple of years ago, it was, very much a hot spot or a hot topic.
Right, nobody
talking
wanted to
about
be
anything
so-
political.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, I gotta change these dogs' names immediately. Now here's the crazy part. I changed their names on the website
Yeah.
and gave them like something super old school Southern.
Yeah.
They got homes within like 2 weeks.
Really? Mm-hmm. I remember a couple
And
years,
the person said,
Yeah.
I love their names. Like she
Do you
noticed.
not remember what happened? So
because there was a girl. Remember, there was a girl that made a TikTok
when we had, oh yeah,
about Obama.
but no,
and
in
Hillary
that
Clinton.
litter,
This is Barack Obama. Hillary motherfucking Clinton. Pajamas. You'll get him. Worm!
so we had a bunch of presidential names, but we also we had Monica Lewinsky, Hillary,
Yep.
and Bill all together, and Monica and Bill ended up loving each other and being mean to Hillary. And that we didn't plan that. They were puppies when we named them.
The point is, back then it was funny, and all of a sudden it
Now
became
it's
an
funny to
issue.
me.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
So, but anyways.
I mean,
yeah.
was okay. So once you go out after this dog into the desert, I mean, is it obviously very frustrating because needle in a haystack? I mean, were you expecting anything like tracks, poop? You know, I mean, wasn't there a time right around the time? Didn't Mo? I remember. Didn't you Mo at one point got in a car wreck and lost
Yes.
Monster in a similar
Yeah.
place, and you guys found him?
Yes, it was another part of
Right
the
there.
Mojave Desert. The difference being,
Yeah.
it was in the winter, so
Oh.
it's not hot.
Right.
Okay, it was Christmas morning,
Yep.
to be exact. And yes, the
A
twins.
drunk driver hit them or something. It was something
No,
crazy.
somebody blew through a stop sign because
Yeah.
it was so foggy, and
Yeah.
they T-boned Mo
Wasn't
Yeah.
Christy feeding or putting food out for the dog though?
for the
Yes.
puppies.
For some,
Both.
yeah. So wouldn't you
Yeah.
think that, like in my head, that means that the dog would constantly try and come back to that spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you hope. Or the thing is, like, I mean, at least in the desert, there's not as much wildlife.
Hmm.
But like when you put food out here
Yeah.
in the
everything
swamp,
about it.
Yep.
it's like Dr. Doolittle's revenge. Every creature in the world, you're like, oh, this is like a smorgasbord.
I know. I'm having a battle with squirrels right now.
Yeah, yeah, I know. We got to get. Actually, I think I have my keys. We'll
I
get
need
the-
those squirrel
yeah.
picnic.
How do you get
tables.
rid of squirrels?
I bought. Hey, we
Relocate.
work with them. We give them an offering. I went and bought squirrel feeders.
Yeah.
They're little
picnic
little picnic
tables.
tables.
Are you kidding?
They're
Yeah, they're squirrel picnic tables.
I think I need those.
You mount them.
And so we're gonna mount them. What it is they're breaking in to
Yeah.
into the bunkhouse.
Oh.
The screens.
Yeah.
They're chewing the screens. And so like when you walk in, you see all these squirrels come out of the cupboards.
Yeah, my dog almost got one by the tail the other day.
So we're gonna put the feeders outside and give them something better
Somewhere
to
else
eat.
to go.
Oh.
And
Got it.
hope they- yeah.
Put them further down
On
the
the pic-
walkway
on the
so
picnic
they-
table.
Yes.
They're gonna have I have bought 5 picnic tables.
I'll send you videos.
Yes, 5 squirrel.
We're gonna
picnic
post the
tables.
video in the right here for everybody to see. So obviously unsuccessful in the search. I mean, yes, found pancake and French fry. Unsuccessful for the mama dog.
Mm-hmm.
This was actually the first time on the show. You actually had Mariah and Kanani. You guys left a trap out, if you remember. It was right nearby. You went there. I mean, we had a fun scene of you like crawling in the trap, and you're like, "How does this work?" And
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Sounds like me.
Oh no! This is a bad idea. What am I supposed to do? Hit this thing?
Sweet. I mean, it works.
But traps obviously to you became something you used more once you guys got here, right? It wasn't really something. I remember at early going, you said you weren't a fan of them because, right? Well, I think
I don't remember.
I mean more so that you would wind up catching, and I think you guys talk about this in the show, that you wind up catching something that you don't want to catch.
Well, you have to remember also that my rescue career, for lack of a better word, started off with rescuing wolves and wolf dogs.
Right.
They ain't going to no trap because they are way too smart.
True.
So I just never used them. And it kind of trickled down when I got into like regular dogs. I just didn't use them.
Yeah.
We also lived where we were in Agua Dulce, we were so far from everything else that it would take, if a dog was trapped in something
Yeah.
in the heat and sitting in there for so long, we'd either have to just camp out there for days on end.
Right.
It
Yeah.
would take us a long time to get there, and the dog could be even in more danger.
And back then, like they didn't have like Wi-Fi security cameras. Like it was
Right.
a different time back then.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So then other stories. So Otis, who was your
yes, Otis.
dog for.
Good old Otis.
This was the best part. The undersigned agree that the court may terminate jurisdiction over Otis.
Very nice.
Maybe someday we'll see Tyrone on there.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there soon. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Otis gets a home. I mean, I remember this was a story that I remember thinking, I can't believe we get to tell this story because we met Otis in beginning of season 2. Now here we are at the end of season 3. And this is so cool that like we get to follow your lives in a way that allows us season to season having a arc of a dog and arc of a story and a rescue and then an adoption. And that's what made this, I think for the audience and for us as producers and, like being able to tell a story that we got the beginning, middle, and end of the whole thing.
Oh, no, there's more to the story with Otis that nobody knows about.
Oh, all right. We're going to jump right to spilling the tea. Here we go.
It's most noticeable when you go online or ask producers to insert photos of me at the TCAs when I had Baker Red with me.
Right.
And Earl was with me.
Right.
And I had a missing tooth.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Otis.
Oh, right.
Knocked my tooth out.
Otis knocked your tooth out.
That's what I know.
I don't mean to laugh at your pain right now.
No, right. That was like, I remember that. That was season 2. And then.
I was sitting on the ground.
Yep.
He was sitting between my legs. And his back was to me. And, I'm hugging him and I, baby talking to him. And he snapped his head back to kiss me. And his freaking head, bam, right in the mouth.
And then your missing tooth became like a sort of.
Oh, my God.
That became
the
a
Animal
thing.
Planet people had a meltdown. She looks like she's a backwoods redneck from Louisiana. I'm like, what, does everybody from Louisiana have missing teeth? Because I haven't met anybody yet with missing teeth, but hey, except me. And I'm originally from California.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's what they were saying. They were so stereotyping. They were just like, she can't, now that she's in Louisiana, she can't have that missing tooth. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be
they thought you were
kidding.
being racist because you're sort of like making fun of people with
Missing
no
tooth is not racist.
Well, you'd be making fun of people that have no teeth and.
They just meant she looked
We'll scratch
trashy.
this whole conversation.
She
Yes,
looked
so
trashy.
yeah,
That's
so
what
we'll
they were
scratch
getting
this
at.
part of the conversation out, producers, editors. But yes, Animal
She
Planet
looked
had
more
a
trashy
fit
than we already are.
because I would look trashy with a missing tooth.
Right.
And now that I live in the South,
Yeah.
see, that would make it worse. I'm like, oh,
We're adding to
okay.
the trashiness.
Yeah, yes, that was
This is where we belong.
in their opinion, in the people in the Ivory Tower's opinion,
Yes. Who are no longer there.
we're no longer there, so we can
Yes.
trash them now.
Yes.
That now that I live in the South and I have a missing tooth, there's just no way that I can go on like that.
Right.
Yes, so they had a meltdown.
That's character.
And I'm like, have you met me? You're talking to the person who doesn't brush her hair at all, washes it once a month, wears the same pair of pants for 6 months straight without washing
You're
them.
on day 3 of that shirt, I think.
Try week 3.
It's my favorite shirt.
Try
though.
week 3, yes. So it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
But oh yeah. So and then what ended up happening was getting it fixed and replaced turned out to be the bigger nightmare than having the missing tooth.
Yeah. And it went on
it
for
was
years.
For years.
Years.
I had a mouth guard. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it was just horrible.
Well, I think you finally got them
I
replaced. It
wish-
was like season 8, season 9,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
At some point,
job.
I wish that I hadn't just left it alone
Right.
and just kept the missing tooth.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if anybody noticed, or I saw a few people notice on social media when I had like a mouth guard for a while.
Yeah.
Is something wrong with Tia's mouth? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a big chunk of shit in my mouth right now. That's what's wrong.
Yeah.
All for a goddamn tooth that
Yeah.
some executive producers had a meltdown over.
No, not this executive producer.
The Animal Planet
Yes,
executive
yes.
producers.
Our friends at our friends at Animal Planet
Yes.
who were always,
Oh, my
like looking out for your
God.
well-being.
Remember
and,
when they used to try and get us to wear makeup?
Yeah, and then there was that.
Yeah.
And dresses.
I mean, I am right now, but
Okay, me. But yeah, so that's the Otis story. Don't mean to get sidetracked.
No, but
Otis
that's-
knocked my tooth out. You can see the missing tooth in photos
if you Google Getty images, Getty images of you from the TCAs.
for the TCA awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have. It was so. And then the TCAs.
Oh, yeah.
We're in. Oh my God, that's a great story though.
No, we have to
Missing
save that for
tooth,
another time.
RV overalls. Fighting in the alley with the manager of the Mosaic fanciest hotel ever.
Well, but it was the only place in Beverly Hills.
I know it's a whole different
It was
story.
the only place in Beverly Hills where you could park an RV.
What was that show? The friggin'
Beverly Hillbillies.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
Yeah.
Then I got in a fight with some lady in some fancy apartment. She saw me trying to break into my RV, and I had an Assumption Parish jail T-shirt on that I
Oh my God.
borrowed from an inmate.
Right.
And she's like, "I'm calling the police." I'm like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'll come up there. Fuck you." Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the missing tooth just went along.
Now
with
that'll be a
everything.
season. When we get to season 6, we will tell that story.
Didn't mean to get sidetracked.
That's okay.
Must be the Tylenol PM.
All that in a bag of chips. Okay, so the other story in this episode is Mondo's nephew, Jesus.
We're not here to talk about what you did or what you were involved in. All these guys want to do, all your uncle wants to do, is to stay from this point forward. Let's not move back. Let's move this way.
Well, you still have that choice.
Yeah.
It won't last. You won't have that chance forever, bud.
Where it was interesting because I think when this, I don't remember, I remember you calling me, telling me, hey, Mondo approached one of us or something, and he's like, my nephew needs to come work here. And you wanted to have a scared straight intervention with this kid. And it was kind of a very unique story for us because this was when we started to struggle, I think, on the show where we kept losing. The network kept pushing us more dogs. And we kept saying, what about the parolees? What about the parolees? And this was one of those like parolee-centric stories that we were like, we need to do this. Even so, you were so into it, you even got the twins to jump in and sort of like give him a little of their scared straight, which is kind of cool.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Or like him.
He didn't wind up working very much.
Yeah.
You know.
Edit out. Edit out.
Yeah. It's interesting. There is a very interesting, for anybody who is keeping a close eye. So just a little bit of insider info on how we make the show. There is an Easter egg in this episode for any eagle-eyed people.
Explain what an Easter egg. We're not all producers.
Okay. An Easter egg, a hint, a clue, a thing to lead, to give you a sense of what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
So
is that called like a preview?
Okay.
Why do you call it an Easter egg?
Because if you can find it and it's like a little prize. You find it like when you hide an Easter egg.
Look for it.
Yeah. So
I'd rather just find chocolate.
Okay.
Do you know that somebody in Tony's prison just got arrested for stealing 200,000 chocolate Easter eggs, expired Easter eggs?
Expired.
Well, yeah, Easter was fucking March.
But chocolate doesn't. Chocolate takes
chocolate
a long.
Does expire. It
takes a long time. But it takes a long time.
Okay, the point is, who the hell steals expired chocolate Easter eggs after Easter?
Isn't that like petty larceny? That's got to be. That can't be worth very much.
I love it though.
I don't know. It's just a true story. Okay, it must be an Ohio thing. I don't know. All I know is that I'm getting gossip from the Toledo Correctional Facility that some guy just went there for stealing like 200,000 million chocolate Easter eggs.
200,000 I buy. Okay, either way.
I'm like, you missed the whole point.
I didn't miss the whole point.
Back to chocolate.
Yeah.
Easter eggs.
Back to the Easter egg. So in this episode, the way we make the show, obviously, everyone is familiar. We film a whole show. And then after when we film the whole show, we sit everybody down, Tia, you, Mariah, we sit you guys down for interviews and we talk about what we filmed and we put it all together in the show.
Right.
When we were making season 3, season 3 wasn't done finishing by the time you'd moved to New Orleans for season 4. Spoiler, you guys moved to New Orleans.
Okay. Okay.
So in your interviews in this episode, you're wearing a Chalmette sweatshirt.
Oh.
Okay.
So long way around to a very funny eagle. So if anyone's eagle-eyed, I mean.
Yeah, but you know what? To be fair.
Yes.
Hadn't I gone to New Orleans already?
Yes.
To take Corey?
Yeah, but why the hell would you be wearing a Chalmette shirt if we weren't?
Say that to the Chalmette people.
I know.
I have friends that live in Chalmette. That's not what I'm getting at.
We've now pissed off people with no teeth and people that live in Chalmette.
What do you mean? My mom doesn't.
Let me see. Okay, so this is our time machine moment. If obviously between Otis, Mondo, you wouldn't let a time machine moment. Anything you would have done differently in this particular episode? Maybe not let Otis knock your teeth out?
Tooth.
That's true.
No, I wouldn't have got my tooth fixed.
Oh.
I just would have left it. Because that was
like you would have left it out of spite, though.
No, it was fine the way it was. It was character.
Oh.
It wasn't like a front tooth. It was
like back,
yeah.
It was like back here.
Like look at the pictures. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was like over here.
And so
it was like a couple back, but I think what happened was when you would talk or you smile, it would be like
it worked.
Hey,
it worked for Suki. She has a gap in her front teeth. It's adorable.
She does?
Yes.
Are we talking about a dog or a person?
A person on True Blood. Anna Paquin.
Oh, Anna Paquin.
Yeah, it's adorable.
I thought you were talking about Snooki from
Suki.
Suki, but you had a dog named Snooki.
Yeah.
And we had a dog named Snooki and Suki. We had a dog named Snooki and Suki.
And so
I'm pretty sure Louise named Snooki.
Yes.
And I did Suki.
Yes.
Vampires, Jersey Shore, 2 different things.
Yeah.
Fine.
This is the worst hot mess of an episode I think we've ever done.
Why?
Because I'm on Tylenol. The Tylenol PM hasn't hit yet, so I'm not.
But it's
calm.
not a. I don't know.
And the AC's not working.
Well, that's the problem.
Well, then let's get through this. You don't have to be here anymore.
He's calling the tech.
Okay. Any other thoughts on this episode? Just in general.
To me, I loved Otis' story the most, despite
agree.
what he did to me.
Oh. Yeah.
It was just an interesting story from the beginning. It was sad, what happened to the people that got attacked by those dogs. But knowing Otis the way I got to know him, there is zero doubt in my mind that he was a part of that.
Yeah.
So I was glad to see that, somebody saw through that. They allowed him to live. They allowed him to get a home. So to me, that was and he was such a sweet dog. Oh my God, he was such a sweet dog.
Yeah.
One of the sweetest dogs.
And it's funny. This is one of those episodes, a rare episode, that the dogs that were rescued and the dog that was all the dogs got homes in this episode. Ultimately, I mean, Pancake or French Fry ultimately did get homes.
Yeah.
I know we actually featured them years later on a Christmas show. We caught up.
One
with
of them is still alive. One of them passed away. I can't remember which one. I remember seeing it in our alumni group on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about and then Otis? I don't know, how long did you keep in touch with?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still alive or not.
Yeah. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Pitbull's Parolees and a Producer. Next time Mariah will do more show prep so she can contribute.
I remember that rescue very well.
I'm just giving you crap. I know.
That's your job.
Yeah, it's my job.
We've been doing this for how long?
Exactly. So this episode of Pitbull's Parolees and a Producer was produced by Amanda Moser and Candace Gobet back there. For those of you, this has been a Rabid Reality podcast. And just remember, all the proceeds from this podcast and the other shows we produce on Rabid Reality go right back to helping the dogs. So, I'm going to hit you with my tagline, which it's
so crafty.
it's all
She does it every time you say
it's all the rage. It's like all over Facebook. It's like trending.
Yeah, we're going to let's make t-shirts.
Oh, You Join They Eat? We absolutely should make t-shirts. You Join They Eat.
I like your excitement. And
Why can't we make t-shirts that say You Join They Eat?
I think you're the only one in the world that doesn't like it.
Why don't you?
That's cute.
It's your. It was. I mean, here's the thing.
It was not my idea.
No, it wasn't your idea, but it was originally your. I ripped it off from from the restaurant.
I know.
In the bar.
Yeah.
So okay.
It's okay.
So there you go. Thanks to you. Thanks, Mariah. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Doodle.
Bye.